This is Greg Gremke with the third part of our sort of introduction to the economics of the agriculture topic for the ethos debate students. I'll be talking about food safety issues in a separate presentation, but here we're just looking at sort of the history and economics and political dynamics of agriculture reform. So the American Enterprise Institute did a series of publications and research for the 2012 Farm Bill, the last major farm bill, which became the 2014 Farm Bill. But the role of special interests was key, and they argued that these were a boondoggle, that is, transferring money from the general public to wealthy landowners and corporate farms rather than everyday farmers. 7 decades, federal farm programs, subsidies, special interests, all sorts of programs designed, on the one hand, to help farmers, but the tendency of these support programs tends to incorporate itself in the land. For example, if you've got 200 acres of wheat land and you get a particular kind of subsidy, price support, or crop insurance or something, that subsidy is connected to the land. So when you decide to sell the land, the value of the land is higher because of those subsidies. The person who buys the land pays more, has a higher mortgage. So in a sense, they don't get the benefit of the subsidies. Those subsidies go to the benefit of the original landowner. So the person who is just getting paid as a contractor for the land, or the buyer, then loses that benefit, which is a problem for cutting these subsidies, because you'll bankrupt farmers whose mortgages are linked to the value of the subsidies. And I've not researched this enough in detail, but I'm presenting that as a concern. So the Agricultural Act of 2014, the 2014 Farm Bill, not different than the last one in general. It provides a range of subsidy programs, though different than earlier ones. CBO now says it's about $3 billion over budget. That is, the expenses are higher than was predicted. So the AEI studies on this look at a range of things. The challenge is that most of the subsidies go to families that have asset wealth and income far above the average family. The majority of farms that USDA, United States Department of Agriculture, might list, this many family farms, the majority of those are farms that make 67% are farms that make less than $25,000 a year from selling goods. But the very biggest firms, the top 10 or 20%, they're selling like 80% of agricultural goods, and they're the ones that are getting most of the subsidies. 2018, the efficient outdated Farm Bill will be renewed again unless homeschool debaters are able to carry the day in explaining why these programs should be reformed. You can learn more, American Boondoggle, but again, this is for the 2012 Farm Bill, 14 Farm Bill, so it needs to be updated for the latest. But in that, you get a sense that these same studies or similar studies will come out again over the next year or two on what's the case at all for agricultural subsidies? Why does crop insurance cost so much? U.S. dairy policy, why is it the way it is? Sugar policy. Each of these has a set of constituencies that benefit from it, reformers that try and make it better, special interests that try and get as much of the benefits to their clients, who are the associations linked with these goods and services. So this is an updated, when I did this before, I had something on the 2012 Farm Bill, but if you go to the Congressional Research Service, here is a August 2015 article on the farm safety nets. This is a background in the issues and the status quo. So these are the policies that are in play now. And if you look at the farm safety net, first they describe it, the farm safety net, as a set of programs that are trying to protect farmers in case the price drops. Mainly federal crop insurance. As it says here, this is the centerpiece of the farm safety net. It's looking at natural disasters, droughts, floods, hurricanes, tornadoes. The idea is it makes subsidized insurance available for some 130 commodities, from apples to wheat. So this expands the programs available to people in the agricultural community. Then there's the farm commodity programs, and these are the historical ones that originally were direct payments to farmers. It talks in here about the crop years 2014 to 2018. The Agriculture Act of 2014 looked at the minimum prices for marketing loan programs. So the challenge here is the federal government is offering loans that are stipulated to the farmers have to pay them back unless prices drop below a certain amount. So basically the major commodities, corn, soybeans, wheat, rice, peanuts, these and others have been covered by past farm programs. They are in this. So as you dig into this, you'll get a sense of what the status quo is in farm programs, and then agriculture disaster assistance for livestock and orchards in the 2014 Farm Bill. So if you look at this, the CRS study says compared to previous bills, the key to the 2014 is far more crop insurance options and higher reference prices to trigger payments. So no surprise, the farm lobby lobbied for more stuff, and they're getting more stuff in the current Farm Bill in terms of insurance for higher prices. Now consumers might prefer lower prices because the goods and services they buy, they'd wish they were less expensive, but the farmers, no surprise, want prices that are higher, and they're more active in lobbying for these benefits. This funding was accomplished in the effort by Congress to not increase the deficit. Funding was accomplished by decreasing the direct payments that had been made but didn't have a cost because of the various farm prices. So again, this is one study you can find online where you can read about the status quo. Quick economics notes, again, like with the China topic I've done, China was one of the ones considered for STOA, it was the China last year. Same thing, special interests drive this. Most agricultural policies are special interest policies. Public choice economics gives a sense of how the special interests lobby for benefits, and those get through Congress. The job of the debaters, even if you were to set up an affirmative that would eliminate costly and wasteful programs, if that doesn't take away the government's power to do these programs, all the programs are going to come back. They might come back even stronger. So there's no clear way to keep programs out when the public choice economics allows them to continue to be revived. Again, driven by information and incentive asymmetries. Most of us don't know much about agricultural price issues, but farmers and farm associations do. And again, benefits go to concentrated groups, to dispersed costs to the public. You can read more about public choice economics in the Library of Economics. That's econlib.org, program of the Liberty Fund. And that's part of the Concise Encyclopedia of Economics. So this gives you a background of where this dynamics comes from. This is from the 2008 Farm Bill. So again, it's out of date in terms of the numbers, but it gives you a sense of the range of farm programs, commodity programs, conservation, trade, food aid, nutrition, credit, rural development. So this is a range of things in the 2014 Farm Bill. Again, each title of the bill was done differently. Crop insurance went way up, but this gives you a sense of how these things are distributed. Nutrition is huge because that's a part of the Farm Bill, which is food stamps or SNAP, funding to inner city people, and that brings the inner city congressman on board to support the transfers to the big farm operations. Okay, again, you can read more online, this 2008, but read the 2014 Farm Bill, read about the commodities program, and especially the nutrition program, because that's the low income one. Okay, I got mosquitoes out here. I'm going to stop. Thank you very much.